Hi, welcome to my kitchen. I'm David Lee, and we've got another adventure of Culinary Capers. Today, we're going to make my individual apple tarts. There's tons of recipes for apple desserts, and this is a kind of a fun little one for me to make little individual ones. So I'm going to show you this easy way to do it, and it's one of these things you can either try to get the timing right and serve them hot, or they serve really well at room temperature. So the ingredient list is fairly simple today. It's 1 puff pastry sheet, 1 Granny Smith apple, and 1 for the cook to eat later, about 6 tablespoons of sugar, and you'll see how I use that, about 2 tablespoons of butter, and an apricot glaze to glaze the top. Now, you're going to say, what is an apricot glaze? Here's the simple how you make it, and if you'll scan in here, you see how nice and clear it is. Basically, it's as simple as a few days ago I got an inexpensive jar of apricot preserves. I heated it in a saucepan. I poured in some Grand Marnier, to give it some orange flavor to it. You can put water in to reduce it down. But I stirred it and cooked it for a while to get everything melted down. And then I strained it through my strainer to get all the chunks out of it. And I come left with just a nice clear glaze that we'll use to make the nice shiny top that you see at the restaurants and when you buy a pastry. So there you have it. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is roll out our puff pastry and get it out of here. And please know, I just now took these out of the fridge. These come frozen, and the night before you want to use them, you take it out of the freezer and put it in the fridge, and you want this nice and cold and not let it get warm. Put some flour down. I'm going to open this up, and it'll take a little time here. And you'll want to turn it over so it's not sticking to our tabletop here. Now I'm going to roll it out pretty thin today because I want to get 6 nice tarts out of this. And I'm going to place them on my sheet pan. And you've seen me before. I have these wonderful sill pads, which you can buy up at the wonderful little kitchen store right up at our outlet mall. And this is about a 6-inch round circle. You don't have to have this. You can just cut this in squares. It doesn't have to be fancy. And I can't help myself. I hate to throw away all this puff pastry. And one of the restaurants I got to cook in, he is a signature. When he served fish for dinner, he always served 1 or 2 little fish puff pastries. Okay, now I'm going to slip these in the refrigerator for just a few minutes while we cut the apple up, just to cool them down. It's a good idea. You'll learn from any pastry to get them cold before you put them in the oven. So let me stick them in. Let's take our 1 apple and get it ready for the apple tarts. And people ask, what kind of apples? I just know that Granny Smith work real well. They're nice and crisp, and they cook well. So we're going to cut him in 2, and then we're going to core it. And I want them about 1/8 of an inch thick. Don't have to be precise. I don't want them too thick or they won't cook through. So I do the best I can. I put about 4 on each one of them. We're going to put about a tablespoon of sugar on each one of them, or maybe less, maybe a couple teaspoons. We're going to take some nice cold butter and just put 4 or 5 small dollops of butter on each one of them. Here they are. They're ready to go in the oven. 350 degree oven for about 30 minutes. And you kind of have to watch them between 20 and 30, 35 minutes. But let's go take a look and see how they're coming. They're nice and brown and just a little tough, hard on top, which is exactly what we're looking for. So now the chef that did the little fish, he would kill me if you put egg wash on them, they'll get really kind of bright. But so these are our apple tarts, 6 of them. And now I'm going to get my apricot, my glaze. And the glaze I told you about that I made earlier, I've just heated it up, warmed it up, and this is how you get the nice shiny glaze on any of your desserts. There. If you've made these a few times, you can figure out the timing, and you can keep these in the fridge and pop them in the oven when you're having your main course. But they serve just as well at room temperature. In fact, it's a lot easier on you. If I were going to use these for dinner tonight, I'd be baking them at noontime, let them cool, put them on individual plates, and put saran wrap over them. And then I just put them in a tray in the bedroom, and they'll keep 4, 5, 6, 7 hours very nicely, and then you can serve them for dessert. A nice scoop of vanilla ice cream on the side. There you have your own homemade apple tarts. Hope you enjoy this, and I hope you'll try this at home. So thanks for joining us again, and I'll be back soon. Bye now.